This is Trivia for Kids, where it's not just for adults anymore.
It's another episode of Trivia for Kids, the podcast. Whoop, whoop. Can you tell what tune that is?
Magical singing.
Yes! We are the family. Trivia for Kids. My name is Casey. How does it go when they're singing?
And I'm Quinn.
How does it go when they're singing there? This is my mom. Her name is Casey. She is Looney. We do a podcast as a family.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, Quinn.
That is so cringe.
It is so cringe. Hi, Quinn. How are you today?
Hi, how are you? I'm good.
I'm good. You're cringy.
Stop. I'm not cringy. You're cringy.
Oh, sorry.
Just wait till you hear what her new skibbity brain rot word is at the end.
Well, that's kind of the story of our life lately.
Yep.
I'm cringy and you're cool and
Busy.
busy. You are busy. I'm cringy and you're busy and drivey because I do have to drive you everywhere. Right?
Yeah, well, it's not my fault. I'm only 13 yet. I'm almost 14.
You are, but in Iowa, you can't drive yet. You know what you can do?
Don't say clean.
I was going to say, listen to jokes.
Let's do it!
Alrighty. Joke number 1 comes from listener Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
What did the seal get wrapped in for a present?
Bubble wrap.
Present seal. like present seal. There's a type of Glad cling wrap, the clear stuff that you put over top of stuff that's called present seal. Present seal. Our next joke comes from listener Henry.
Thank you, Henry.
Why did the pig get sent to his room?
Because it was a pigsty.
Because he told a dirty joke. Don't tell dirty jokes, pig. This next joke comes from listener Stella.
Thank you, Stella.
Do you want to hear a joke about paper?
Sure.
Never mind. It's terrible. Terrible. So you can tear paper. Love it. And our last joke comes from listener Nola.
Thank you, Nola.
Where do crayons get made?
In Pennsylvania.
Colorado.
Ooh, I haven't heard
Good
that one before. That's good.
Thanks for the jokes, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
All right. We've got a couple guests on the show this week. Some new voices, including yours. You ready to hear them?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Here's how the show works. Trivia for Kids consists of 5 rounds with 7 questions each. We will announce the answers at the end of each round. Each new round will have a different category. After the 5th round, we will have the final exam, which will test you on the toughest questions we have covered in the previous rounds. Everyone ready? Let's get started.
Round number 1. The category is insects. Question 1. What insect can live without its head for days? A cockroach, a termite, or a bee? Question 2. What do ants use to smell? Their mouth, their antenna, or their feet? Question 3. Which of these insects can fly backwards? A housefly, a dragonfly, or a butterfly? Question 4. What color is a baby ladybug? Question 5. What is a group of butterflies called? A swarm, a parade, or a kaleidoscope? Question 6. What is the fastest flying insect? A hornet, a horsefly, or a mosquito? Question 7. Which insect can jump the highest compared to its size? A flea, a cricket, or a grasshopper? And now the round number 1 answers. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by a very special guest today. His name is
Winston.
Winston is here to visit us. Winston, how old are you?
5.
5 years old. We are so happy to have you in the podcast studio. Are you ready to talk about insects?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you like insects?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Question 1. What insect can live without a head for days? A cockroach, a termite, or a bee? You're right! A cockroach can live without its head for several days, even up to a month. This is because they have multiple nervous centers throughout their bodies, and the remaining portions of the body can continue to function without the head. Cockroaches also breathe through spiracles on their body segments rather than their mouth, and they don't require a head for breathing. So, if you cut off a cockroach's head, it could still live just fine. Do you like cockroaches?
Yeah.
You do? Oh, I do not. They are yucky, in my opinion. Question 2. What do ants use to smell? Their mouth, their antenna, or their feet?
Or antenna.
You're right! These antennae are equipped with specialized odor receptors, which allow them to detect and interpret chemical scents in their environment. Ants have a very strong sense of smell with 4 to 5 times more receptors than most other insects. What if we had antennae? Do you think that would look cool or silly?
Silly.
I think it would totally look silly. You would look cute with antennae, though. I would look goofy. Question 3. Which of these insects can fly backwards? Housefly, dragonfly, or butterfly?
Housefly.
The answer is dragonfly. Dragonflies can fly backward with the same ease and efficiency as they fly forward. This ability is surprisingly aerodynamic for them, allowing them to fly backward for extended periods and take off from various positions. Do you know what a dragonfly looks like? Where do you see them if you're going to see a dragonfly? On bushes? I see them a lot by water. Like if we're fishing or if we're on a boat, I feel like dragonflies live by water a lot. Do you see them by water? Yeah. Question 4. What color is a baby ladybug?
Gray.
Oh, that's a great guess. The answer is black. Baby ladybugs, also known as ladybug larvae, are typically black and have orange or white markings on their backs. They resemble tiny alligators with spines. These larvae grow and molt their skin multiple times before transforming into the familiar adult ladybug with red or orange shells and black spots. Did you know that a baby ladybug looks like an alligator? No. Could you imagine if you saw a little tiny bug and you were like, is that an alligator? That would be pretty wild, wouldn't it? Totally. Question 5. What is a group of butterflies called? A swarm, a parade, or a kaleidoscope?
A kaleidoscope.
How did you know? A group of butterflies is called a kaleidoscope. Do you know what a kaleidoscope is?
No.
Have you ever seen one of those tube things that you look into and at the end it has a bunch of colorful shapes and colors, and when you spin it, the colors change and it sort of spins around and the colors turn into new shapes and things? Have you ever seen that? Well, that's what a kaleidoscope is. It's very colorful and full of pretty shapes, kind of like butterflies. Question 6. What is the fastest flying insect? A hornet, a horsefly, or a mosquito?
A mosquito.
The answer is a horsefly. Recorded flying speeds of up to 145 kilometers per hour or 90 miles per hour while they are chasing a female. While some dragonflies can also go really fast, reaching up to 35 miles an hour, The horsefly holds the record for the fastest flying insect. Do you know what a horsefly looks like?
No.
Does it go, nay? A horsefly is like a regular housefly that you'd see in your house, except it's super big. It's probably about the size of maybe like a penny or maybe like a nickel. They are big. And when they fly by your ears, they make big like, buzz, not like a bee, but they're really just big flies. And apparently they're really fast. Question 7. What insect can jump the highest compared to its size? A flea, a cricket, or a grasshopper?
Grasshopper.
The answer is a flea. A flea can jump 200 times its height. That's like you jumping over the Statue of Liberty. Could you jump over the Statue of Liberty? No. Fleas can jump that much bigger than their bodies. That's crazy. I wish I could jump that high. That would be a superpower. Hey, Winston, thank you for teaching us about insects. We've really enjoyed having you on the podcast. Did you have fun? Yeah? Awesome. Round 2, the category is acronyms. An acronym is an abbreviation that is formed from the initial letters of other words, like LOL stands for laugh out loud. Question 1. In the United States, the FBI is the primary law enforcement agency for the U.S. government. What does FBI stand for? For both industries, Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FAST by intention? Question 2. Everyone knows what it is, but what does TV stand for? Question 3. Everyone around the world uses Wi-Fi, but what does it stand for? Wireless fidelity, worldwide internet frequency, or wire-free internet? Question 4. If someone's life is in danger, you may have to give them CPR. What does CPR stand for? Create pressure rapidly, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or common person rescue? Question 5. In sports, what does NBA stand for? Question 6. In the United States, ATM machines are located around the country where you can get cash from your bank account without having to go into your bank. What does ATM stand for? Always take money, automatic teller machine, or all-time money? Question 7. You know it's fun to stay at the YMCA, but what does it stand for? Youth may come around, you make community always, or Young Men's Christian Association? And now the answers to round 2. Question 1. In the United States, the FBI is the primary law enforcement agency for the U.S. government. What does FBI stand for? For both industries, Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FAST by intention?
Federal Bureau of Investigation.
You are right. The FBI's mission is to protect the American people and uphold the Constitution. The FBI investigates a wide range of crimes, including terrorism, cybercrime, white-collar crime, public corruption, civil rights violations, and other major offenses.
Interesting. I didn't know that they did that many things.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation. So most of the time when it's a crime that a local or state police precinct can handle, they'll just do it themselves. But if it starts to get big and they need help, they call in the FBI. So thanks, FBI.
FBI, open up.
Question 2. Everyone knows what it is, but what does TV stand for?
Television.
Yes,
Oh.
television. That is correct. I am thankful for television.
Me too.
I enjoy a relaxing evening watching a show, especially with my family. TV, television. Question 3. Everyone around the world uses Wi-Fi, but what does it stand for? Wireless fidelity, worldwide internet frequency, or wire-free internet?
The first one. I don't know what that one was. But...
Wireless fidelity,
No, the second one.
worldwide internet frequency.
Sure.
The answer is wireless fidelity.
No.
You had it right. Wi-Fi lets you connect to the internet without wires. So Wi-Fi is just sort of like the internet in the air, and then somehow it connects to your phone.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but I'm thankful for it.
Yeah.
Question 4. If someone's life is in danger, you may have to give them CPR. What does CPR stand for? Create pressure rapidly, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or common person rescue?
Pulmonary respiratory respiration.
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Is correct. So cardio is for your heart because you're trying to get their heart beating again. Pulmonary has to do with air and everything. And resuscitation means like to rescue
Bring them
them,
back
to
to
get them
life.
going again. Yes. Question 5. In sports, what does NBA stand for?
National Basketball Association.
That's it. National Basketball Association. What are the other professional sports in the U.S.'s
National
acronyms?
Hockey League. Is that right?
NHL, National Hockey League. Yep.
National Football League.
NFL.
PGA, Professional Golf Association.
There you go. How about baseball?
MLB, Major
There,
League Baseball.
Good job. Question 6. In the United States, ATM machines are located around the country where you can get cash from your bank account without having to go into the bank. What does ATM stand for? Always take money, automatic teller machine, or all-time money?
Automatic teller machine.
That is correct. Do you know what a teller is?
A fortune teller.
A teller at a bank is somebody who kind of works behind the counter or at the window, and you go up there and you say, I'd like to take $20 out of my bank account, and then they give you the money. That's the teller
Automatic, though.
at a bank. So at the ATM, an automatic teller means it's like a robot who does that for the person. Question 7. You know it's fun to stay at the YMCA, but what does YMCA stand for? Youth may come around, you make community always, or Young Men's Christian Association.
Young Men's Christian Association.
You are good at acronyms. That is correct. The YMCA is the leading nonprofit organization that works to strengthen communities by empowering young people, improving the health and well-being of people of all ages, and inspiring action within and across communities. Originally founded as the Young Men's Christian Association, it has evolved to provide a wide range of programs and services, including youth development, healthy living initiatives, and social responsibility programs. So YMCAs are in bigger cities. We don't have a YMCA, but I'm sure it would be fun to stay there.
Yeah, except we're not young men, so.
I don't think it's just men anymore, but I know, so your grandpa is originally from Chicago, and I know that he used to go to the YMCA a lot, and it was only for boys then. YMCA, it's fun to stay at the YMCA. Hey, you can get yourself clean, you can have a good meal, you can do whatever you feel. How come you didn't sing with me?
Because I don't really know the lyrics.
Oh, you just know the action.
Young man.
Yeah, there you go. Round number 3. The category is France. Question 1. True or false? France is the most visited country in the world. Question 2. What shape is the country of France in? A circle, a hexagon, or a square? Question 3. What is the capital of France? Question 4. What is included in a typical French breakfast? Donuts, macarons, or croissants? Question 5. How do you say thank you in French? Question 6. What famous statue was given to the United States by France in 1886? The Gateway Arch, the Lincoln Memorial, or the Statue of Liberty? Question 7. True or false? French fries were invented in France. Round 3 answers. Question 1, true or false? France is the most visited country in the world.
Sure. Let's go true because of the Eiffel Tower.
I would have thought the U.S. was, but the answer is true. Most people go to France for vacation than to any other country on Earth. Paris and France in general has a lot to offer. In Paris, you can go to the Eiffel Tower, you can see the Louvre, you can see the Arc du Triomphe, all kinds of cool things in France. Question 2. What shape is the country of France in? A circle, a hexagon, or a square?
A hexagon.
That is correct. France is often described as being roughly hexagonal shaped. This is due to its 6 distinct sides, including the Atlantic Ocean, the English Channel, the Mediterranean Sea, and its borders with Spain, Andorra, and various other countries. France has got a lot of things going on. We have Canada, we have Mexico, and we have 2
Atlantic
oceans. That's it.
Pacific.
Question 3. What is the capital of France?
Paris.
Paris is correct.
Paris.
I do like the h sound that you get to make. Question 4. What is included in a typical French breakfast? Donuts, macarons, or croissants?
Croissant.
That is correct. A typical French breakfast is light and typically consists of pastries, bread, and a hot beverage like coffee or tea. Common elements include croissants, baguettes, jam, and butter, sometimes accompanied by fresh fruit juice. Croissant! I feel like when I don't speak French and I try to say words like a French person, I just sound silly. So I'll say it like an American and just say like croissants. Croissants. Question 5. How do you say thank you in French?
Merci beaucoup.
Merci. That is correct.
Wait, what does beaucoup mean?
I think that means thank you very much. Merci. Such a pretty word.
Merci.
I love it. Question 6. What famous statue was given to the United States by France in 1886? The Gateway Arch, the Lincoln Memorial, or the Statue of Liberty?
Statue of Liberty.
That is correct. It was originally titled Liberty Enlightening the World. The Statue of Liberty is a gift from the people of France and is now recognized as a universal symbol of freedom and democracy. Thank you, France. We have seen the Statue of Liberty. It is beautiful. Thank you for that lovely gift.
You should bring me there. I haven't ever been.
Oh, you haven't been to New York yet. I will take you, I promise.
Yes,
it is like my favorite place. Question 7, true or false? French fries were invented in France.
False. Belgium. They were invented in Belgium.
That is true. They were invented in Belgium. French fries in Belgium are called frites. And they...
Frites fries.
Not frite fries, just frites. They serve them in like a paper, cone-shaped, with the fries in it, and they douse them in mayonnaise. It is delicious. Delicious.
Interesting.
But French fries, not French, from Belgium. It's because I think during World War I, the non-U.S. soldiers were eating the fried potatoes. U.S. soldiers thought that they were French soldiers, so they brought them back to America and called them French fries, when in reality, they were soldiers from Belgium.
Belgian fries just doesn't have that ring to it, though.
Belgian waffles does, though.
Was Belgian waffles invented in Belgium?
Yes, and they are everywhere. Round 4. The category is skyscrapers. Question 1. The tallest tower in the world is the Burj Khalifa. Where is it located? Thailand, the United Arab Emirates, or India? Question 2. What is the floor called in a skyscraper where you can look out to the city skyline? The lookout floor, the big window bay, or the observation deck? Question 3. What is the tallest tower in America? One World Trade Center, the Sears Tower, or the Shanghai Tower? Question 4. Which country has the most skyscrapers? China, the United States, or Japan? Question 5. For a tower to be called a skyscraper, it has to have at least how many floors? 10, 41, or 100? Question 6. True or false? The Empire State Building is a skyscraper. Question 7. True or false? The tallest tower's exterior is made of glass. Round 4. Answers. Question 1. The tallest tower in the world is the Burj Khalifa. Where is it located? Thailand, the United Arab Emirates, or India?
Tokyo.
I didn't give you that option.
It's in Tokyo.
It is not. It is in the United Arab Emirates or UAE.
Oh,
The Burj Khalifa is located in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. It's a prominent landmark in downtown Dubai, a development area in the city.
I thought there was a really big one in Tokyo.
There is. That might come up later, so I'm not going to talk about it, but there is a very tall skyscraper in Tokyo. However, not the tallest. Question 2. What is the floor called in a skyscraper where you can look out to the city skyline? The lookout floor, the big window bay, or the observation deck?
The observation deck.
That is correct. The observation deck or sky deck are designed to provide panoramic views of the city and surrounding areas. So, just like it says, you can observe the whole city around you. They're very cool. It's a very different perspective of seeing the city versus on the ground where you're just looking up.
Yeah, I honestly want to try one of those.
Are you afraid of heights? Because it's going to be tall.
I'm afraid of falling from heights.
Right. You're not afraid of the height itself. You're afraid of falling from it. Question 3. What is the tallest tower in America? One World Trade Center, the Sears Tower, or the Shanghai Tower?
The Trade Center one.
The tallest tower in America is the One World Trade Center in New York City. So it replaced where the Twin Towers were bombed in 2001. So at the spot where the Twin Towers were, they built One World Trade Center. It stands at 541 meters tall, which is 1776 feet tall, and has held the record for the tallest skyscraper in the country since 2013. The building is also the tallest in the Western Hemisphere. So there's a cool trivia fact for you. One World Trade Center is 1,776 feet tall. And when did America become a country? 1776. New York City. Pardon me, are you Aaron Burr, sir? That depends. Who's asking? Oh, sure, sir. I'm Alexander Hamilton. I'm at your service, sir. Okay, so yeah. If you ever asked how tall is the tallest building, just remember when the U.S. became a country, 1776. Question 4. Which country has the most skyscrapers? China, the U.S., or Japan?
Japan.
The answer is China.
Well,
China has the most skyscrapers with significantly more than any other country. In 2024, China had over 3,300 skyscrapers, while the United States followed with only 900. The United Arab Emirates, UAE, ranked third with approximately 336 skyscrapers. So China has over 3 times more skyscrapers than the second one, which is us. Wow, that's a lot. Question 5. For a tower to be called a skyscraper, it has to be how many floors? 10 floors, 41 floors, or 100 floors?
100 floors.
The answer is 41. It's kind of a random number. So, do we have any skyscrapers in our town? 41 floors?
Nope.
Definitely not. Question 6, true or false? The Empire State Building is a skyscraper.
False.
It's true.
Oh my goodness, I'm doing terrible. I thought it was going to be like a trick question or something.
The Empire State Building definitely has more than 41 floors. In fact, it has 102 floors. While there is a 103rd floor, it is only a small viewing platform and not accessible to the public.
He had just talked about 41 floors, and I was like, well, the Empire State can't be touching the sky. But I knew it had more than 41 floors, so like...
Question 7, true or false? The tallest tower's exterior is made of glass.
That's false.
It is true. The exterior of the Burj Khalifa that we talked about earlier, the world's tallest building, is predominantly made of glass. The tower's exterior cladding utilizes 26,000 individually hand-cut glass panels, along with aluminum and stainless steel spandrel panels and tubular fins. This glass facade is designed to withstand extreme heat and wind conditions in Dubai, because Dubai is basically in the desert. So the glass can withstand the wind and the conditions there better than metal can, because what happens to metal when it gets hot? It expands.
Oh.
So when metal gets hot, it expands, and then when it gets cold, it contracts. Glass doesn't do that. So when you're in the desert, you don't want a building that's like going in and out with the heat, because that could like totally ruin the structure and the safety of a building. So a lot of it is glass. Did you know a lot about skyscrapers prior to this round?
Did you know how many you got right? Like 1, maybe?
It's okay. I don't think I would have gotten many of these right either, but I learned a lot, so that's good.
That is good.
Round number 5, the category is toys. Question 1, true or false? All LOL dolls are girls. Question 2, what is uniquely written on the tag of a Squishmallow? Question 3, what does the launcher do in a Beyblade battle? Question 4, what is Hello Kitty's twin sister's name? Mimi, Bibi, or Cece? Question 5. What was the name of the first American Girl doll? Mary, Samantha, or Renee? Question 6. What game is played by rolling a dice and winning parts of an insect, and the person who puts the whole insect together first wins? Question 7. Which Hello Kitty Sanrio character is a frog? Pompomporin, Karapi, or Kuromi? And now the answers to round number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another guest on the podcast this week. We are so excited to have Cora on the podcast. Hi, Cora. How are you? You're good. How old are you, Cora?
You know my age.
I do know your age, but people out here don't know your age. How old are you? She is 7. Are you ready for some trivia, Cora? Question 1, true or false? All LOL dolls are girls. It is false. LOL Surprise also features a line of LOL Surprise Boy dolls. Do you have any LOL dolls at home?
No.
No. Do you like LOL dolls? No. What kind of dolls do you like?
American Girl.
Oh, American Girl dolls. Okay, well, that's noted. Question 2. What is uniquely written on the tag of a Squishmallow?
The name.
Their name, yes. Each character has a different name and bio, which means like stuff about them. Each Squishmallow comes with a character hang tag that includes its name and a short biography or bio describing its personality and interests. Most tags display a squish date, which is a seemingly random date, usually set a few months to a year before the Squishmallow's release, and many fans interpret this date as the Squishmallow's birthday. Do you own any Squishmallows?
Yeah.
What shape, color, what do they look like? What are their names?
I forgot their name, but they're circles.
Oh, just regular circles? Brooks just got one for his birthday. It's very big. It is a bat, and its name is Boyle. It is a blue and pink bat named Boyle.
Well, he has a dog.
He has a dog,
He has a hamburger.
and he has a hamburger.
And he has a dinosaur.
Brooks loves Squishmallows, for sure. Question 3. What does the launcher do in a Beyblade battle?
I don't know.
It makes the Beyblade spin. In Beyblade battles, the launcher's primary function is to launch the Beyblade into the stadium. Launchers come in various types, including string launchers, winder launchers, and ripcord launchers, each offering different levels of power and control. The way a launcher is used, along with the Beyblade's performance tip, significantly impacts its movements and battle strategy. That was a lot of words. Do you know what they are, though? What do they do?
Spin very.
Yes, they're like little tops that you can spin and battle in a arena type area. So each person has a Beyblade, and then they zip them or they launch them with the launcher, and they start to spin, and then they run into each other a bunch of times, and whoever is the last one still spinning is the winner, right? Yes, I think I know how they work, thankfully. Question 4. What is Hello Kitty's twin sister's name? Mimi, Bibi, or Cece?
Cece.
Her name is Mimi. Hello Kitty has a twin sister whose name is Mimi, and she wears a bow on the other side of her head. Yeah, because Hello Kitty, we talked about that a while ago. Hello Kitty's not really a cat, she's a person, and she has a mom and a dad, and a twin sister named Mimi.
When did you talk about that?
I don't know, a few episodes ago. Question 5. What was the name of the first American Girl doll? Mary, Samantha, or Renee? You're right. The first American Girl dolls were Samantha Parkington, Kirsten Larson, and Molly McIntyre, and they were released in 1986. Were you born in 1986? I was. These dolls were introduced as historical characters, each with a story and a time period set in American history. Samantha Parkington lived in 1904, Kirsten Larson lived in 1854, and Molly McIntyre lived in 1944. That was a long time ago. Do you have any of those American Girl dolls? You do? Who do you have?
I forgot.
You forgot, just like your Squishmallows? Have you ever taken them to the American Girl doll store to get their hair fixed? I've seen that at the Mall of America. It's very fancy. Question 6. What game is played by rolling a dice and winning parts of an insect, and the person who puts the whole insect together first wins?
I have the game, but I forgot.
What's it called?
Is there ants that you have to put together?
It's close. It looks like an ant when it's done, but what's the game called?
I don't know.
Cootie!
Okay.
Do you have Cootie at home? Yes. Our Cootie can be 4 different colors. Blue.
Yellow.
Oh, you have a yellow? We don't have a yellow.
Purple and green.
Okay. We have a blue, pink, red, and green. And then the Cooties can have different eyes and different mouths.
They have bows.
bows, or there's a hat or like spinny antenna. And then the first one to put their cootie together is the winner. Do you like that game? That game was around when I was a kid. It's an old game, but I still love it. Question 7. Which Hello Kitty Sanrio character is a frog? Pom-Pom-Purin, Karapi, or Kuromi?
Karapi.
You're right. Did you know that? Karapi is the happy frog with big eyes who lives near Donut Pond, and he is adorable. They are very cute, though. I like those Hello Kitty characters. Which one is your favorite, the frog?
My Melody.
My Melody?
Yes.
What is she?
She's a bunny.
Oh, a bunny. That's adorable. Hey, Cora, thank you for joining us on the podcast. Okay. Have a great day.
And now it's time for the final exam. Now remember, you've heard these questions in the previous rounds, but these were the hardest ones we've had. So use your memory and try to think back to what the answers are.
Question 1. What color is a baby ladybug?
Black.
Question 2. Everyone around the world uses Wi-Fi, but what does it stand for?
Wireless fidelity.
Question 3. The tallest tower in the world is the Burj Khalifa. Where is it located?
United Arab Emirates.
Question 4. What is Hello Kitty's twin sister's name?
Mimi.
Question 5. What is a group of butterflies called?
A kaleidoscope.
Question 6. If someone's life is in danger, you may have to give them CPR. What does CPR stand for?
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
Question 7. For a tower to be called a skyscraper, it has to have how many floors?
41.
And here come your shout-outs. Acronyms comes from Trilby.
Thank you, Trilby.
Ants comes from Rosa.
Thank you, Rosa.
France comes from Jude and Charlie.
Thanks, Jude and Charlie.
Skyscrapers comes from Owen.
Thank you, Owen.
LOL Dolls comes from Mia, who is from Switzerland.
Thank you, Mia.
Beyblades comes from Maceo.
Thank you, Maceo.
Hello Kitty and Sanrio comes from Saoirse, who is from Ireland.
Thank you, Saoirse.
And get ready for some birthdays. Our first birthday shout out goes to listener Teddy, who is turning 9. Happy birthday, Teddy. 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 You are turning 9. Are you ready? We hope that your birthday's great. Make sure you don't stay up late. Happy 9th birthday, Teddy. Happy birthday. And the next shout out goes to listener Christian, who is turning 9. Happy birthday, Christian. He loves video games. His current favorite is The Hunter, Call of the Wild, playing chess and reading, which he is reading, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Christian loves to play soccer with his friends during the school year as well. Happy birthday, Christian, you are 9. You love playing video games and reading and playing chess. You love soccer with your friends at school. We think that is really cool. Happy birthday, Christian. Happy birthday. Our next shout out goes to listener Alden, who is turning 5. Happy birthday, Alden. He is from Madison, Wisconsin. He loves making and listening to music, Star Wars, playing soccer and baseball, and hanging out with his friends. Alden is an awesome bike rider, and he is so excited to start kindergarten this fall. Happy birthday to Alden. You are turning 5 and you're from Madison, Wisconsin, and you love to make and listen to music and Star Wars and play some soccer and baseball and hang out with your friends, and you're a great bike rider. Hope kindergarten's awesome this fall. Happy birthday, Alden. Our next shout out goes to Arabella, who is from Alberta, Canada. Happy birthday, Arabella. She is turning 10 double digits. Arabella is the most thoughtful, kind, and sweet girl. She is a competitive dancer. She does ballet, jazz, hip hop, lyrical, tap, and more. And she currently dreams of becoming a rockette. That's awesome. I will come watch you in Radio City Music Hall, Arabella. Happy birthday, Arabella. You're turning 10 years old. You're from Alberta, and that's in Canada. You are super sweet and kind, and you're a really great dancer. You want to become a rockette. That is super awesome. Happy birthday, Arabella. Happy birthday. And our last shout out goes to one of our own. Happy birthday to Alex, who is turning 6. Happy birthday, Alex. Alex lives in Connecticut. He loves hockey, baseball, Legos, watching F1 races with his mom, and he loves his big brother, Oliver. Happy birthday, Alex, you're turning 6, and you are such a great kid. You love hockey and baseball and Legos and watching F1 with your mom and your big brother, Oliver. Happy birthday, Alex! And here is your conversation starter. Quinn, if you could speak another language, which language would you choose?
Italian.
Italian. Interesting.
Yep.
I would pick Spanish. Plus, Spanish and Italian are very close to each other. There's quite a bit alike. Yeah, so I feel like if you knew Spanish, you might also be able to catch some Italian things as well.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's vice versa, too. Maybe if you knew Italian, you'd be able to understand. So I don't know. So you learn Italian, I'll learn Spanish, and then we'll see if we understand each other.
Let's do it.
How do you say goodbye in Italian?
Arrivederci.
And in Spanish, I will say, adios, amigos, gracias for listening.
Gracias for listening.
Thank you for listening to the Trivia for Kids podcast. If you haven't done so already, please give us a 5-star review. Birthday shoutouts are for paid Patreon subscribers, so join our Patreon and you can get a birthday shoutout. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and follow our YouTube channel so you can see all of our live videos.